With Full Squared and Remax Bach and Realty.
And I'm Greg Skippy Cottrell with Loan Depot.
And as you can tell today by our surroundings, we are in a home that is currently being renovated. So we thought it might be a good time to chat with you guys about a 203K loan, also known as the renovation loan. And Skippy's here to talk about that program a little bit with us and give us some good information.
Absolutely. Renovation loans basically are there to help if you find a home while you're out shopping and maybe it doesn't have the right kitchen or the 1970s bathroom you're not fond of. 203K renovations will allow you to work into that project as part of your purchase.
Okay, so let's say I got a client. They come across the house. They see it. There's some things they like, but there's some things they absolutely love. It needs to be updated. And they don't have that 20% traditional to go in on a conventional loan. So they can come to you and kind of chat with you about what a 203K loan looks like.
Yep.
And that still qualifies for FHA?
Yep.
Okay.
So it'll still follow all the guidelines of what FHA lending has. So 3.5% down. Then what we do is we build into the deal what it's going to cost to do what they're looking for.
Okay.
Some homes, let's assume that it's not necessarily cosmetic, that they're looking for a new kitchen or bathroom. Maybe they're in the midst of buying the home and find out during the appraisal that the roof needs replaced. This can then get turned into a renovation loan, and we can utilize up to 110% of that appraised value to add in that repair.
Okay, cool. So like say for instance, they're in a contract for a home that's around $299, it appraises, and then we find out the roof needs to be repaired. You can actually take from that and come up with the funds to repair that, and then it'll appraise at what it should be valued with a brand new roof.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the process? How does it, if we have a client that's interested in that, how do we begin?
Simple. We start with the standard application. So regardless of where we're at in the process, if you're looking at going into a new home that you saw maybe during an open house, and you, like I said, you just weren't fond of the bathroom. It was green 1970s or something.
We've seen it in those, we know.
So we end up taking a normal application, making sure we can qualify the applicant for an FHA loan, and then we qualify them to their purchase amount, and then be able to work it from that angle to see if we can add in that renovation.
Okay. And what kind of expense should a buyer expect to anticipate from something like this?
The first thing that we recommend doing would be to involve a HUD consultant.
Okay.
HUD consultants are like a third-party group, kind of along the lines of title or an appraisal. Okay. I'm guessing the estimate would be probably in the neighborhood of about $500. And they're going to get that individual to come look at the home with them, identify FHA guideline points of safety and things that may need repaired besides the kitchen that they might be looking to do.
So like peeling paint or maybe some electrical that needs to be updated, stuff like that. That would normally get hit on an appraisal anyways.
Yep.
Okay.
So then from that point, the HUD consultant will help us with working with whoever they find as their contractor. So they got to be licensed in North Dakota, they got to be insured, and then from that, they can submit their appraisal for what the repair is going to be, and we submit it with the loan so that our side can verify the construction company that's going to do the work, and then make sure that it complies with everything that we need for the loan.
Okay, so I'm gathering that they find a house, they see there's some problems, they want to move forward, they get qualified, we find a HUD specialist, we figure out the list of things that need to get done. When it actually comes time to do the work, we can hire a general contractor and it pulls off of the loan, or how does that contractor get paid?
So your general contractor or the contractors you're going to get hired, you're going to get cleared up front as part of the loan process.
Okay.
So that way, when we close on the loan, that's when the work can start.
Okay.
So there's even contingencies for the types of loans that there are. So let's say there's structural repair, a truss needs redone.
Okay.
So then the HUD consultant has to be involved. And then from there, the contractors would be built in, the repairs would be built in with labor and parts separated. The HUD consultant's also going to be there to help make sure that you're paying for the right price on materials and labor.
Okay.
So that way you're not just outpriced for something that you shouldn't be.
That's smart. Okay, so it sounds to me like you get this house, clearly when construction or renovation is done to a home, the value goes up. So how does that appraisal work? Is the home being appraised as the condition that it's in, or does it get appraised for the work after it's done?
It's kind of both. You work with the appraisal, and that's why we have to have those that estimates up front.
Okay.
Because when we submit it to the appraiser that's going out to the site, they're going to look at the home based on what it is today, plus the additions that are getting done to the home.
Okay.
So if we know that we're adding $20,000 worth of equity into the kitchen, that's something that is going to be seen by the appraiser and be able to be accounted for the number that they'll give.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when that home closes, it technically closes without the work done, but
Yep.
at the appraised value with the work done.
Correct.
And then the process begins. So they can keep that low interest rate that they've locked in.
Yep.
And have an easy 30 to 60 day close, depending on what the market's dictating. And then also start the renovation on the home that they just bought.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty simple. There's a lot of moving parts to it, but I mean, this has helped people that have found homes that were even burnt. Like,
Oh, wow. Okay.
down to the ground. If there is no foundation change, it's not a new construction.
So creativity has no end in this.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's limitless.
I feel like there are a few in our town here in Worcester that would absolutely love to take advantage of this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know myself, you find something it's just not quite there. Now you can customize it to make it yours.
Without spending $1 million out of your own pocket. So it sounds like you're pretty much just drawing out the equity of the home.
Yep.
Before
You're
it's
building equity into the home.
That's
And
cool.
then the other part is, let's say that it is a kitchen, so it's going to be a point or the truss or something along those lines that may not be something you could move right in for because you're going to be living in a construction zone.
Yep.
Some of these programs, the way that's built into it, you can put up to, it's either 3 or 5 of your payments for your home rolled in, so you can still stay, let's say, in an apartment that you're currently in for the next 3 months while they do all the work. You don't have to live in a renovation.
So it's almost like you do not start the actual payment if you can't take residency. Is that what I'm understanding?
So the payments are built in kind of like back end to the loan. So we add the payments back in. So we literally pay ourselves until you move into the home, which is a preset.
So that way, if
time
you
and
aren't
date.
able to move in, you're not paying for an apartment and your house,
Right.
And a mortgage, or a hotel and a mortgage.
Right.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I
Yep.
like that.
So
it seems very
there's-
affordable.
Yeah, there's so many things that are involved with it. So having a conversation and looking at the scope of work that you're going to have is something we should do when we're looking at that loan.
It's a lot less intimidating when you hear it explained like this.
Oh,
It's pretty
yeah.
cool. Is there any other tidbits or advice that you might give to somebody who's looking for something like this?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of this loan or any, the biggest misconception is always, I got to have 20% down. Not the case. FHA is 3.5%. Conventional is 5% minimum down. There's even USDA and VA loans that are 0 down. So eligibility fluctuates. We just need to look at each application as it comes in.
So don't be afraid to ask those questions when you're getting pre-qualified.
If you don't ask, they can't say yes.
Cool. Well, why don't you tell us how they get a hold of you to start the process?
Sure. My number is 701-203-3131. And you can also find me on Facebook for Loan Depot, Greg Skippy Cottrell.
Awesome. Okay. And if you have any questions for us, or you see a home that you might want to take a look at to see if it qualifies for this program, feel free to reach out to us too. You can reach me at 701-713-0908, and as always on Facebook or volsquare.com. So I appreciate you meeting with us today and chatting about this. And
Absolutely.
we look forward to some exciting renovations in the future.
For sure.
Thank you. Have a good day.